This week on Midwest Outdoors, Greg Jones is targeting walleyes on Lake Winnie. Larry Ladowski is chasing bass on the Fox River. And Roger Cormier is after catfish on the Mississippi. You're watching Midwest Outdoors magazine. Since 1967, helping you enjoy the outdoors. Sponsored in part by Rapala, Abu Garcia, Berkeley, Skeeter Boats, and Flow Fast Fuel Transfer Systems.
We are 30 seconds into the day today. It's a keeper. Scott's hooked up. Today on Midwest Outdoors, we're looking at Lake Winnie. Winnie's really in good shape these days. You got a lot of fish in there, a lot of year classes, a lot of smaller fish. You stay busy when you're up here. Today we're out with Scott ZUPFER. We're gonna take a look at what everything Winnie has to offer, catch a bunch of fish, and have a good time. Jumbo. Winnie's got a bunch of perch in it too. The population's doing really good, ain't it?
Yep, it's doing great.
Yeah.
They're nice big ones.
Something people love to chase in the summertime and the winter up here, huh?
Yeah, the winter fishing on these jumbos is great. You got them?
I got them. Well, Rodney got them. I was looking at yours, a little walleye. You're talking Winnie acreage-wise. Well, how big is it now?
About 67,000 acres.
Yep. Located north central Minnesota. Mississippi River flies through it. Cutfoot is kind of a unique part of the lake too, isn't it?
Yep, it's a little lake branched off to the backside.
That's popular for pan fishing back there, isn't it?
Most of the time, and the perch fishing's not so bad either.
We've been running about 7 to 9 foot of water, maybe a little shallower. We're gonna drop into some really shallow stuff now. We're switching sinker size.
Yep, we were at 3/16 for that deeper stuff, and now we're gonna go to an 1/8.
Switched up to a crawler, huh? Good Winnie eater. Spinner is the presentation you use a lot out here, huh, Scotty?
Yep.
Yep. You know, a lot of shallow water fishing. You're talking about the different year classes. What are you seeing in the lake? You're out here pretty much every day.
There's a bunch of 10 to 16-inch fish in the lake right now.
Perfect fish for guiding, right?
Yeah, this is a perfect, probably 15-incher. There's plenty of them in the lake, that's for sure.
Yep, keeping you busy here in Winnie.
Yep.
Good one. Just came up to 5 foot of water. There you got her. Nice one.
Yeah, that's
Sweetie.
a beauty.
It's now in Winnie. What's the slot at right now, Scotty?
If it touches 18, it's got to go back. But if it touches 23, you can keep it. So.
Yep. That one would touch 23.
Oh yeah,
right there.
that one
yep.
would touch 23.
We got the hook through the bill. Can you grab that out of the net?
Can.
Scott runs ZUP'S guide service up here. This is the kind of fish people love to come catch, huh?
It
Why don't
sure
you
is.
give us a rundown on a typical day?
So most of my clients will stay at the Pines Resort. They have a boat landing. They rent boats there. They have great cabins. They have a small bar. You can get some food and some beers or some drinks. And then if you're not staying there, I usually will meet you at the Winnie Trading Post.
In the wintertime too, the Pines has got an ice road out too?
They do. They have an ice road, and I rent a few ice castles out of there, and they got a nice plowed road.
Scotty's guiding summer and winter out here in Lake WINNIBIGOSHIsh. Nice one.
Beautiful.
Fish on. Feel that fish pick up and you just kind of lean back to them a little bit and let that line stretch out and set the hook, and when you stick them right, solid.
Let's see.
Got him. Nice. Nice keeper there, Scotty, huh?
Yeah, it's a beautiful one.
You know, you're, besides guiding all the time, you got a little tackle company going. That one come off one of your custom spinners. You can buy them right around the lake here, right?
Yep, you can buy them at the Winnie trading post. We got a bunch of different colors that are custom painted by myself. We have crawler harnesses and minnow harnesses as well.
Yep, you got some custom colored crankbaits in there too, and pretty much anything else you need around the lake too, right?
Yep, the trading post has pretty much got everything you need there. They got food and beverages, and if you forget your supper, they even got some meat there.
Yep, good place to stop. It's where his day starts pretty much every morning. There you got him. 4-footer. I'll get your net when it's time. Oh yeah. Trying to pass the boat. Nice one, Scotty. Ooh, that's a good one. Beauty. There's another nice Lake Winnie walleye. That would come out of 4 foot of water. Scotty knows how to catch them shallow. He knows how to catch them deep. You can come catch them too with them. How do they get some information?
ZUP'sGuideService.com.
Yep, you can find some information there on the Pines Resort and the Winnie Trading Posts also. Folks, look them up online. For Scott Zupfer, I'm Greg Jones. More Midwest Outdoors is coming right up.
Hey folks, I'm Larry Ladowski with Midwest Outdoors. Today, I'm on the Fox River. I'm fishing with a buddy of mine, KNAUP of Montello, Wisconsin. We got a free evening. We're gonna see what we can catch on the Fox River and have some fun.
Hooked up, Larry. I think it's a nice largemouth. Ooh, it's a nice smallmouth. There he is. It's not a bad fish.
Dark color.
Yeah, it's a river smallie for sure.
So your lake smallie will be a little lighter color on that?
Sometimes they will be a lot lighter and they'll have more stripes. These fish hang out a lot around rocks and tied to the bank. There we go, let's do that again.
Boy, that was an active guy. Came right off that rock point right there. That's what I really like about the Fox River and river fishing in general, is that you never know what you're gonna catch. Still on that topwater popper too. And for you folks that really don't know what a popper does is, see it's got this lip here. It's like a cup. And what it is it's coming on top of the water. And every time you jerk it, that water splashes, makes a noise, and that fish react to it. It's a very noisy bait, very noisy presentation, but it works.
I think he's hooked awkward, but just can't shake these things.
Don't grab them now.
Oof. What I did there, I don't recommend. That bait flew up. Luckily, it hit me in the side of the hand. But that's how you get these treble hooks buried in your hand, and that turns a nice fishing trip into a bad one. Hooked up. Well, Larry, it's not the biggest fish I've ever caught, but unfortunately, I can't pick when I'm biting, what's biting.
Come on, it's a monster to somebody. It's a monster to some of the minnows that he's probably eating.
Is this still a largemouth, Larry? I guess he's got a large mouth, but
it's a smallmouth largemouth.
I'll hold them out further.
It's a smallmouth largemouth.
They can't all be huge.
All right, Casey, explain something to me. We're cruising along this shoreline, and all of a sudden you drop the power pole. How come?
Well, Larry, there's a big flat that comes off and it drops off, and there's a bunch of big rocks. So I thought we'd kind of cover it. I'm throwing a jerk bait out in the deeper water, and I'm gonna have you cover the shallower stuff with that top water. And we're gonna kind of pick it apart to see if we can get a few more fish in the boat.
So really the idea is to really work an area hard, right? When you know an area that produces in the past, you power pole down, you give yourself more of an opportunity to really work it?
Yeah, absolutely. When I know it's a fishy area, I really want to spend more time there just because I know what it can hold. I've caught a lot of big fish here in the past, so I know, like I said, it's a fishy area. There's a lot going on. It's a deeper hole. There's more structure. The fish just tend to school up there a little bit more.
That's a nice one.
Those are fun to catch, Larry.
Yeah, look at that. Hang on, I don't want to do the bad thing here and get a hook in my hand. Nope, not anymore. Nice release. See that? He almost knew where the water was.
There we go, fish on, fishing this deeper point with this jerk bait. See that big old swirl? There we go. A deep diving jerk bait off this rock point. Smallies are usually staged up there.
So Casey, when you say jerk bait, obviously you're looking at jerk, jerk, jerk. The pause is what really works, right?
Exactly, Larry. A lot of the time these fish eat it on the pause. With this warmer weather, I mean, we're upper 60s, low 70s, I'm not giving a lot of time to pause just because these fish should be fired up and active. So I'm kind of just almost burning it in and they seem to be liking it. So there we go. Another little smallmouth on this jerk bait.
Now you're just throwing it in the hole, right?
Yeah, I'm throwing it kind of right off the rocks and I'm getting it down there towards where these fish are. And like I said, we got 70-degree water temp and I'm throwing a jerk bait. And granted, these aren't big fish, but hey, it's still a lot of fun. I'm sure we'll get a few bigger ones yet. There we go, Larry, fish on.
Right species?
Yeah, right species. There we go.
There you go.
Chunky little guy.
Top water or what?
Yep, got him on that YO-ZURI prop bait. Throwing a little different. It's easy to fish it slow. One thing I like about a prop bait is I don't have to worry about the side-to-side motion like if I'm walking the dog. This is more of a straight action. So there's so much floating weeds, so I'm able to kind of pinpoint my cast and bring them directly through the weeds without it, veeing off. So it's a little different bait and it's working so far today.
Well, it's getting late. We're gonna head back in now. But I hope you enjoyed it. When you're thinking about fishing, don't get caught into patterns. Change it up, do different things, and you'll be more successful on the water. I want to thank Casey KNAUP for having me out today. If you want to fish the Fox River or the Montello area, give this guy a call. He's a great guy to fish with and very knowledgeable about the sport. Thanks, Casey. I appreciate you having us out. Hey, more Midwest Outdoors is right around the corner. I'm Larry Ladowski, and we'll catch you later.
All right, Luke. And you bit right away.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it's a really nice one.
Is it a big one?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you wanna?
You wanna hoop them up?
There.
Yeah, we haven't been in the water more than a couple minutes.
There.
Oh yeah, beauty. Awesome start. My buddy Luke
Right
Pennig
on.
and I are fishing the upper Mississippi River.
For
These-
channel catfish.
Just growling at us.
Yeah. Fishing here with circle hooks.
A little bit of liver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are mighty fine.
Get those hooks out.
Yeah, look at that. Pretty
Yeah.
one. That's a cool start. Get them right by your mic and give them a growl.
Can you hear me?
So we're about 50 to 100 miles as the river winds from that very headwaters of the Mississippi River. A lot of folks kind of equate the Mississippi River with kind of a long, wide, deep river, real lazy, and this is a completely different environment way up here.
Yeah, a little bit smaller water, some currents, some rocks.
Yeah,
A lot of down trees.
yeah. Good structure for cats.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward rods Luke and I are using here. I've got a 7'6" medium heavy power fast action. It's actually Mojo yak rod, short butt on it, which is nice in the smaller boat. And Luke's using a 7'6" medium heavy fast Mojo bass rod.
So really like the medium heavy power rods. Got a good soft tip, and that medium heavy power rod is enough backbone to help us kind of pull those fish away from those sticks. Got him?
Yep, got him. Get him out of the wood.
Get him out of the wood.
Nice. Oh man, that's a good one too.
Use that heavy rod to
Yeah.
pull him up out.
So you
Got 'em on?
you gotta get them out of that timber right away. You know, we're fishing pretty low current right now, pretty low water levels, which is nice in some respects because it concentrates the fish in smaller areas, but it also limits the number of spots you can fish. But Luke, they're always going to be around that timber, right?
They're going to be really close, right in that timber. And if they grab it, get in that timber, that's going to be bad news for keeping a fish on the line.
Yeah, they get into that and put slack in the line, and even with a circle hook, they'll pop right out. Another nice one.
Good looking fish.
Yeah, so fun too. You don't have to be big to put a lot of pressure on the gear. And we'll talk here in a second about how Luke likes to rig up for these fish, but oh yeah, that's a big one there. That's a nice channel.
Good job, Roger.
Beauty,
Right there in the corner of the mouth.
Yep.
So the rig that we're using here is, for the braid, we're using the Suffix 832 65-pound test. We have a 2-ounce no-roll lead sinker. The bead is just there as a little cushion and protection for that knot onto the swivel, which is a 180-pound test VMC stainless steel barrel swivel. And then just the braid leader down to the 3/0 circle hook.
And you'll see that 3/0 VMC tournament circle hook right in the corner of the mouth. That's the beauty of using circle hooks. You know, we got a nice delicacy for these fish to eat, that liver, and they will swallow a regular hook so fast. If you do want to release the fish, it's always going to be in the corner of the mouth. Otherwise, if you want to keep a few.
It's a beautiful, beautiful fish.
Healthy. There you go. These Mojo Bass and Mojo Yak rods we're using have a couple of the key technologies that St. Croix Rods is well known for. SC3 graphite, so a real sensitive rod, but very strong and durable rod as well with the IPC, the integrated polycurve technology, meaning that from butt to tip, it's a consistent blank taper. There aren't any stages or points in the blank where it ratchets down and gets more narrow, like a lot of rods are manufactured that way. Consistent all the way from butt to tip means there's no weak points and no stress points that can break on a bigger fish. Got him, nice. Got him, feels good. So we've just been kind of hopping spots here, just hitting these little cuts where there's a little bit of timber along the shoreline. There's not a ton of it, but when we find a spot, we get a bite. We've had a couple that have just bumped it, nibbled it, and not stayed on the hook. This one bit good.
This one finally committed.
Oh, nice one.
Is it a big one?
Yeah, it's a big one. How's he feeling, that St. Croix?
Good. Those big head shakes.
Oh man, look at him trying to go tail down. Break the silver one. Nice.
Comes.
Right
there.
Nice. Awesome. Oh, that's another good chunky one there.
Yeah. So really,
that might be our biggest one yet.
Really good fish.
Set my rod down. Yep. We should remind folks how to grab catfish too, because they've got pectoral fins and a dorsal fin with a spine in it. And you can grab them by the top of the head, but you just have to make sure you push that dorsal down. Yep. Most easy is just to grab them by the belly like that, and you can see how Luke's got that.
These pectorals get really sharp and can poke you pretty good.
Yeah, you don't want
you
that.
Just kind of gotta watch your hands on those.
Yeah.
And those front whiskers won't hurt you. It's just those two. These ones are okay, but these ones can get you.
Nice. Fun couple hours of fishing, bud.
Really fun. Thanks for having me.
Oh, enjoyed it very much. Folks, you know, there's little rivers and streams all over the upper Midwest that have great catfishing. Super fun fish to catch, super easy tackle to catch them, and you can do it from shore or just a canoe or a kayak or a small boat. So get out there and enjoy some catfishing this summer. I'd like to thank my good friend Luke Pennig for taking us out today. I'm Roger Cormier. We'll be right back with more Midwest Outdoors.
Hey, next time you're worm fishing, keep your worm container upside down. Why? Because when you tip it over and you open it up, all your worms are going to be at the top. Because what worms do is when they're in a container, they dig down. You'd have to sift through all the bedding in order to get your worms. But if you leave it like that upside down, all the worms will go to the top, flip it over, and you're ready for the next bait. I'm Larry Ladowski, and that's another tip from Midwest Outdoors.
At the Lake Tomahawk Meat Market, we've been using a mix of maple, oak, and birch for over 30 years. We really like the flavor it gives the meat. There's plenty to be found out there in the woods. It gives us the flavor that we're looking for. We add a little water to it before we put it on our hot plate, just to keep it from burning, and experiment with it. I think you'll like it. This is Todd from the Lake Tomahawk Meat Market and another tip from Midwest Outdoors.
You know, one of the things that sometimes happens when you're out fishing is you end up with a hook in you. And obviously if it's a very serious one, you need to get to the doctor right away. In this case, I've got the front treble of an X-Wrap pop just into my skin, past the barb, right onto the top of my knuckle. First thing we want to do, cut the lure off the rod first of all. And Corey is going to take the line, wrap it around the shank of the hook that's in my finger, and he's going to pull away from me and down to try to back that barb out of my hand as quickly as possible. I'm not going to like it very much, but I think we're at a down enough angle there. 1, 2, 3, go. And that's one treble hook out of my finger. That stings like the dickens, but that's why they give you Advil. And I do have a current tetanus shot, so I should be good to go. Put a little medicine on that bad boy and a Band-Aid, and we're back to fishing. It's been Roger Cormier with your rather painful Midwest Outdoors tip of the week.